Many of you have been curious about this idea that there are certain emotions that affect our gut health more than others. So I want to talk about this Chinese medicine wisdom about how the emotions, particularly of worry and of grief or sadness, impact our digestion and elimination. So first, it's good to know that in Chinese medicine, the mind and body and emotions are really one inseparable system. And the same aspects of us, the same functions and qualities of us that are responsible for being hungry, for taking food in and digesting it and processing it, and then distributing that nourishment throughout the body, we group those functions under the element of earth. And it's the same network that handles mental processing, so intellectual thinking and learning, and also worry. So we think about worry emotionally through a food metaphor. It's like chewing and chewing and chewing on the same bite and never swallowing it. So worry can also easily become obsessive, any kind of obsessive thinking or worrying. And again, worrying also in the sense of like how a parent worries about their child. The earth network is archetypally associated with the mother. So that kind of worry needs earth energy. So to be worried frequently can damage the earth network or tax it and deplete it. It can also come from an imbalanced earth network. You know, when people tend towards worry or overthinking, that might actually be a reflection that their earth network needs some support. So when you think about this, consider whether you tend to eat while you're studying or whether you spend just a lot of time in intellectual processing, if that's part of your job or just how you like to spend your time, that really needs to be balanced when you're in a gut healing process. And then the other piece that I really associate with guts, of course, is elimination, so bowel issues. And the same functions in us, the same networks that deal with bowel movements are governed by the metal element, and that deals with sadness and grief. So if you think about how bowel movements are about being able to let go of the old, so in a way is grief. Grief isn't so much about being able to let go, but it's that process of letting go, and it's the emotion that goes with letting go. So having suffered a great grief or still going through a grief is taking a lot of metal energy that can affect the bowels. It also very often affects the lungs, which is the other metal organ. But grief can take a toll on metal, and also a tendency, again, to be sad a lot. Like if that's the emotion that comes up most often, might be a reflection of a metal imbalance. So that's just the beginning, and being aware of that. And then we can go through the exploration of how best to support ourselves or support each other, moving through those emotions in a healthy and balanced way. And also, I just want to say it's not at all about not having those emotions and being, all equanimity all the time. But it is good to know that if we're having a lot of those emotions, it can be really taxing. And if we're tending towards those emotions more than we'd like to, we can support the metal and earth networks. Okay, let me know your other questions.